The W, the O, the R, the K. The W, the O, the R, the K. Look yourself in the face. Look yourself in the mirror. Ask yourself, are you giving 120% every day? Every play? Give me 120 or don't give me nothing at all. The guy you competing against, you haven't outworked him. You've not outworked the person next to you. You've not out-hustled them. You've not out-rhymed them. You've not outdone them. You're not locked in. Bring all your passion. Bring heart. Every single game, every single play. Put forth 120% or don't ask nobody to do nothing to you. The W, the O, the R, the K. The W, the O.
What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's going on, everybody? Happy Friday. We're up. We're at it. We're doing our thing. I just want to tell everybody happy Friday morning as we start to move on into this stream. What a Friday, man. What a crazy Friday. What I mean? What a crazy week, right? It's just been an absolute crazy week, and a lot to get into today about the market. We're gonna go over the market. We're gonna look at the crypto market. We're gonna look at everything that's going on in this world, and in these markets, and how everything is moving. Man, market is absolutely booming. Market is absolutely taking off and doing its thing, man. And we just can't, it is what it is, man. We knew that this thing would pop. We got crazy, gonna get into looks like that rate cut's baked in. Looks like we're doing our thing. So that looks like it's gonna happen, and we like it. We like where we're at. We like what we're doing, and everything is good, man. The world is good, and we're gonna get into some charts. We're gonna get into some news. We're gonna get into all of that good stuff that we got going on this lovely TGIF, baby. Welcome everybody into the chat. Welcome everybody into to the chat over there on X. Welcome everybody to the chat on YouTube. Welcome to everybody in the chat on TikTok. We are all over the place, and we're gonna do it. We're gonna get into it this morning. A lot of good stuff going on. A lot of good things happening. So gotta love it. Gotta love where we're at. So let me know. Let me know in the chat what you guys think about where we are on this TGIF. And we'll get right into it, man. Get into the chat first over here on YouTube. Good morning, Junior. Good morning. Good morning, my brother. How are you? How are you? Hope you're doing well. Let's see. Yeah, TGIF Junior. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Love Fridays, man. Fridays, we get into a little bit of everything, man. And we're gonna talk a little bit about everything. Selmo, good morning, my brother. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. What's going on, my man? How are you? Got a lot of people in the chat over here on YouTube as well. A lot of people watching on X as well. So let's go ahead and hit that like button, y'all. Hit that share button, and definitely let's get into it over there on TikTok. You guys go ahead and keep tapping that screen, keep tapping that like screen for me. Let's get these likes up over there on TikTok, and let's make sure that we get this in the For You page, and we get this thing moving. And we'll get into a lot of these chats here in a minute. Yes, hit that like button, hit that share button, y'all. Get this thing out there, and let's get moving. Let's go ahead, let's share this screen over here, and let's get this thing moving, baby. So what we got going on in the markets today, my brothers and sisters? Don't let me forget my sisters out there. We got the Asian markets, guys. They traded really, really well last night. They traded all in the green, so they look good. The European markets over here not off to a great start. Ken says, "Are we about to take off?" I think so, Ken. I think we're going to start seeing seeing this Q4 rally slowly start to leak in here. So I think we are about to take off a little bit. So I think we're in a good spot right now, Ken. When it comes to the market, I think everything's lining up for this Q4 run that we've been talking about, along with this Q1 run of 2026. Everybody, so I think that's where we're at, and I think that's what we're lining up for. All stars are aligning for that run, and we'll definitely get into a lot of that, Ken. But I think we're on our way, brother. I think we're definitely on our way. So yeah, we have the European markets over there. They didn't trade that well right now. We'll see if they can flip that around. United States markets. We got eh, just a social market right now. We're looking right now at the Dow in red, the S&P in red, and the Nasdaq in green. But yo, we had a hell of a rally past couple days in the stock market, so I do expect a little bit of a pullback on Friday, especially Friday afternoon, when we really expect that pullback all the time. Yeah, yeah, I think crypto's going to go on a rocket here. Uh, but we got some big news over here in the stock market today. Gemini, the cryptocurrency exchange, is going to launch their IPO today. It's coming out, and we're going to see where their price is. We're going to see where they shake out today. I did get in this IPO, so we'll see what's up today. But yeah, their IPO is definitely being listed today over there on the Nasdaq. So we'll see where Gemini shakes out today. You have Nvidia sitting here at 177.17, looking strong. Nvidia's looking strong. Robinhood, man, what a strong showing this week from Robinhood, sitting at 117 after the Hood event, after the listing on the S&P 500. Um, definitely taking off over there as well. So we really like where Nvidia is, where Hood is. Coinbase consolidating a little bit on the stock market, but they're getting ready to move as well. So like where everybody is, like where everything is. So definitely liking the market as it sits right now. What Selmo's saying over here. We haven't even launched. No, the cryptocurrency market is just now starting to get back to where it was, to get back to a lot of recovery work, and we're about to move though. I do believe that we are about to move. We are about to roll, and I think we're going to see that in the numbers here in just a second. Uh, we're going to see that in the numbers. But be ready, because this thing can launch off at any moment in time on you. So let's see here. See what else we got going on in the chat. 2026. Yeah, I think Q4 of this year and Q1 of next year is going to be the time. It's going to be the time. Green weekend. I think so. I think we're gonna have a green weekend in crypto. I think the weekend's gonna be really well. I think we're gonna have a green weekend. I think we're gonna be just fine. I think we'll get a little bit of a pullback, your normal Friday pullback, um, but I don't think it's gonna be anything significant. Uh, I think we'll just get that minor Friday pullback that we usually get. Getting over here to Coin Market Cap, let's go ahead and look at cryptocurrency. We got the Bitcoin Fear and Greed Index sitting at 50. It's ticking up. We're still in neutral, but this thing is ticking up. Uh, XCL, Excelsior pre-sale out there. XCL, yeah, the Excelsior pre-sale is out there. I peeked at it a little bit, Selma, the other day. A little confused by their X page. Uh, it's not uh, that well laid out. And they don't have a lot of links on there. So I got to do some more research on the Excelsior presale. But definitely peeked at it the other day. So we'll see. I'm on my free time. I'm trying to get in there. I'm trying to figure out what they're trying to do, where they're trying to go. It looks interesting. Just would have expected a little bit of a better layout. But That's technical stuff. But we got the Bitcoin altcoin season sitting at 65 out of 100 over here on a coin market cap. We keep moving. We keep moving. This thing was 55 on Wednesday when we streamed. This thing sitting at 65 out of 100. Definitely moving up. But the key right here, guys, is that we're sitting at a $4 trillion cryptocurrency market cap right now. And we said that 4 trillion was that key mark that we had to be at, and we made it. We made it to the 4 trillion. Now we're looking at that 4.5 being the market cap right now, where this thing could absolutely move and really start to take off. That 4.5 trillion is important. Will we hold 4 trillion today? I would like to see this thing around 4.1 going into Friday afternoon, about 4.05 or 4.1, somewhere up in there. That'll set us up for the weekend to be able to possibly stay above that $4 trillion market cap, and that's where we got to be. We got to be above that 4 trillion. That seems to be the spot where everything starts to move. 4 trillion. So if we can stay above that 4 trillion, I think we're in for a nice green weekend. We got the ETFs over here putting in a positive $660.8 million in volume yesterday on the stock exchange, led by Bitcoin. Ethereum's lagged behind a little bit over the past couple of days with the ETFs, but the Bitcoin ETFs have absolutely taken off, as you guys be able to see in the price. Bitcoin, the Bitcoin dominance is 57.2. We've been waiting to see this thing get down to about 55. It's probably where we got to, where we need to be. I think you guys know I've been saying for months on here, 55 is that key level where I think we should be. And we got the Ethereum dominance in that 13.6, starting to tick up a little bit. But look at that altcoin dominance, which is basically the total two. It's sitting at 29.2, definitely ticking up. A lot of money flowing into altcoins right now. So we're going to see a pump. I drink my coffee, y'all. It's early. We up and at it early. We got the future sitting over here at $963.53 billion of longs and shorts out there, possibly getting liquidated by the lizard people. The lizard people, they want to come out and suck that liquidity right out of the market. So they're definitely going to be on the move, sitting here at $963.5 billion of liquidity sitting out there right now with longs and shorts. They're going to be trying to liquidate. They're going to be trying to liquidate some people out here. So some people definitely will get liquidated. Fairground, what's going on, brother? Good morning to you, my brother. Hope you're doing well. So yeah, we are definitely on track for a good Friday here, and I think we're on track for a good weekend. And I think we're setting up that Q4 run we were talking about, right? So get into some of this price action on some of these top cryptos. Something really interesting happened yesterday, and I don't hear a lot of people talking about it, but they should. Solana flipped BNB yesterday. So bull run in 2026. Yeah, I think we're gonna run in Q4 2025, and I think we're gonna really take off in Q1 of 26. I think that's the spot, right? That's that spot that everybody's looking at. You have the ISOs going live in November of this year. I don't expect a big ISO run the day that they go live. I expect it to kind of take a little bit of time to work itself out, but I think we will have a big ISO run here at the end of this year, going into next year. You guys know how I feel about the bull run. I think you're going to get that altcoin, you're going to get that big Bitcoin run up, which we've already kind of had a little bit. I still think that Bitcoin's got some more steam in it. You'll get that Ethereum push up. I think Ethereum's probably going to go to about 8K. And then you're going to get that ISO push up. You're going to get the big ISO run. And then you'll get your big altcoin run after that. The rest of the altcoins, you'll have a short meme coin season. And then we'll flip right back into probably ISO and altcoin run to top it off. We'll come back to that. You'll see money rotating back into the ISO tokens and the altcoins, and then we'll be done. But Solana Elmo, good morning. Good morning, my brother. Happy Friday, TGIF, my brother. How are you? But yeah, you see Solana flip BNB yesterday in market cap size. Solana's up to 129.7 billion dollars in market cap, and BNB sitting at 126.2 billion. So last night Solana flipped Bitcoin, which was huge for Solana because a lot of people counted Solana out. We've been on Solana for months here saying this thing's gonna run, and here we are, right? This thing has been on an absolute rocket ship, sitting at $239 right now, 14 cents. Rocket ship. That's all I can say. Ethereum sitting at 44,500. You would expect a little bit more out of Ethereum than where it is right now, but I think it'll go. When Ethereum goes, it's gonna go. It's gonna blast off. And I got it right around 8K. Some people think it's gonna go a little bit higher than that, but I think it's gonna top out right around 8K. Um, yeah, I think that's just the best that Ethereum is gonna do this run. No knock on Ethereum, but I just think you know you're looking at that, and I think that's the best you're gonna get right now. Um, unless something dramatic happens with Ethereum, and I don't really see that happening. I think there's other stars to this show, this bull run. There's other stars to this cryptocurrency show that's going to take the stage in this bull run. Uh, I think it's going to be Sui's got a good chance to take the show. I think Tron's going to show up a little bit. I think you got Chainlink and Pyth who are gonna make a run. I think Chainlink's gonna make an absolute monster run. And I think XLM is gonna make a huge run. You got Airdrome that's gonna probably make a big run here. I think AVAX. I don't think people are sleeping on AVAX right now, but look at where AVAX is, sitting at $28.49, right? Tipping that $20 mark, almost up on its way up to 30, right? A lot of people are sleeping on AVAX, but the one thing that they forget is AVAX is in real world tokenized assets in gaming, and two of the biggest sectors that's going to happen is bull run, and AVAX is sitting right there in them both. But I think Chainlink is going to be a monster. Chainlink's just going to be a monster this bull run. I don't, there's going to be a lot of blockchains out here that are involved with the ISO run, and there's two projects out here that I think that are going to be bigger than probably some of the ISO tokens, and that's going to be Chainlink, and that's going to be Quant, and that's because they're the ones who bring all of this stuff together. Pyth sitting over there on a Solana network will make a run because they're on the Solana network and they're doing the same thing as Chainlink. I just don't think they're as big as Chainlink. I don't think they have as many partners as Chainlink. So the upside there is a little bit more risky, but I do like Pyth. I own Pyth. I do like Pyth. I like where they're headed. But I think Chainlink is going to be one of these projects in this bull run that people are going to look back at and go, man, I wish I would have held on. It's just they're the engine that makes all of this a lot of this run. You got XRP sitting up here right now, right around $3.04, trying to get to $3.05. But where will XRP go? We're gonna have to see, right? We're gonna have to see. I think it's gonna make a run when all the rest of the ISO tokens take off. But it's lagging the market. You guys know I'll give it to you how it is. No bullshit. It's way behind the market. People can talk about it all they want, and they can say, well, it's going to $10, it's going to $30, it's going to $100. Well, can we get to $5 first? And right now, the only thing that's going to make XRP really run is the approval of the spot ETF. They need that influx of institutional money coming from the stock exchange, and if they don't get it, you're gonna have to take a second look here. And I don't think that we're gonna get a lot of a lot of ETF approvals, mass ETF approvals until the Clarity Act's passed. And when that's passed, I think you'll see the big influx of ETFs come out. But right now, XRP is just trading sideways, just sitting there. It's not doing anything. It's just basically sitting there, trading, chopping sideways. So we'll see, we'll see. They need that. They need that money. They need that. They need that influx of institutional capital from the stock exchange. There's no way around it. People can spin it any way they want. They can look at it any way they want. Everybody, the talk around XRP was, when the case is over, this thing's going to go to the moon. Then it was when, uh, this happens, it's going to go to the moon, and when that happens, it's going to go to the moon. The bottom line is nobody's taking into effect the factor of market cap and in the amount of money that it's going to take to move that market cap. And the amount of money it's going to take to move that market cap is not coming from retail investors. And until they can get these spot ETFs out there, you're going to chop sideways. There's just not enough money. $4 trillion spread out amongst all of these cryptos is not enough money to move that market cap where you want it to go. Yeah, see, Selma, that's what I'm saying. I agree. When the Clarity Act is approved, I think you'll see the flood of spot ETFs come in, and I think you'll see this major pump, right? You're going to see this major pump from XRP. You're going to see this major pump from HBAR. You're going to see this major pump from SUI. You're going to see this major pump from a lot of these ETFs that are sitting out there right now. That's what's got to happen. What about Soul? Oh man, we love Soul right now. Mark, Soul flip BNB right now. I think Soul has got a 450 $50 price tag on it all day, every day, and that's a low estimate. But don't sleep on BNB either, because BNB is sitting at $906. BNB BNB is gonna bust through 1200. BNB is gonna bust through 1200, and you know, eh, 800. That Soul could get to 800 mark, but it's gonna take a lot for it to get there, right? And you're gonna have to have institutional capital come in through ETFs. BlackRock's not putting out. They were very clear that BlackRock and Fidelity have been very clear that they're not putting out an XRP ETF and that they're not putting out a Solana ETF, and that may hurt them two projects. Being because BlackRock and Fidelity are the two biggest ETF providers out there. People really trust them. So without BlackRock and Fidelity dropping a Soul ETF or XRP ETF could hold them projects back just a little bit with the institutional money that trying to come in. But I do think that 800 is going to be it's going to be tough for Soul to get to. Not saying that they can't do it, but it's going to be a tough one for them guys to get up there. Dogecoin did get an ETF approved that's getting ready to go live. One of the few ETFs that were approved here recently. Rex Capital did get their Dogecoin ETF pushed through. I think that this is going to be insignificant. To tell you the truth, I just don't think that the stock market's ready for a Dogecoin or any meme coin ETF to stand alone by itself. I think they're looking for more of a basket meme coin ETF to come out to really put their money in. So it's a big deal that Dogecoin did get the ETF through Rex Capital approved, but I don't see the volume coming in there to really move that price. So we'll see. Tron sitting at 34 cents right now. Tron's gonna make a move here pretty soon, and when it does, it's gonna move. Tron's been steady Eddie this whole time. It's just been steadily climbing, steady. Tron's been almost acting like a stable coin with the way that it's kind of just slowly moved up the charts. So like Tron, like where it's at, like the like the fact that it's been able to hold on through some of these downturns, and really like where Tron is. Chainlink though, man, whew, sitting at 24, 24, 40, 49. Chainlink's got, in my opinion, this is just DG's opinion, guys. We can revisit this in 26 where we look at it, but I think Chainlink can do a 10x from where it is right now. Where it is right now, at this given moment, I think Chainlink can do a 10x from this point right here where it is. Stellar sitting at 39 cents. We talked about XLM, and the key level for XLM was getting back up to that 40-cent range and starting to play between 40 and 45 cents. And it's getting there. That's it. It's got some good support right around 40 to 45 cents. And if it can break out of the 45-cent range, man, you can see 70 cents written all over XLM. So I really like where it's going. Kronos is another one. Like I said, Kronos stole the show last month, and now they're just chopping sideways at 25 cents. We've been at 25 cents, man, like pretty much all since the beginning of September. So they're just chopping sideways right now. But we shall see. We shall see. We shall see. I do think that Crow will run. Crow will go. It'll run. It'll do its thing. It's got a lot of backing. I think Crow's got $1 written all over right now. $1 is a good push up for Crow. He traded sideways at 9 cents for a long time. So I like where Crow is right now. How is Pi, DG? Oh man, I don't know, man. Pi is like down here. Let's find Pi. Where is Pi? We'll get into some of these other tokens in a minute. But let's take a look at Pi. I think Pi took a shit, to tell you the truth. But Pi sitting at 35 cents right now, down. A lot of people are probably KYCing and getting their KY out and dunking the market on everybody. That's probably what's going on with Pi. But we got Pudgy Penguin sitting right here. Fuck Pi. Yo, we love Pi though. I think Pi's biggest run up is going to be next bull run. I do believe that. I think Pi's going to have Pi is not going to make a huge splash in this bull run. I don't think it's kind of late to the party, but I do think next bull run it's going to be Pi to zero. I don't think it's going to zero. I think next bull run you're going to see Pi make a big push at it. So I mean, if you're mining Pi right now, and I am off and on here whenever I can remember to go reset. If you're mining Pi right now, then you're mining it not for this bull run, but you're mining it really for the next bull run. Heat, good morning, my brother. Let's go. Yes, TGIF, man, TGIF. Yeah, so I think there's some of these projects that I think if you're buying them right now, if you're mining them right now, then you're really doing it for the next bull run. I do believe that with Pyth as well over there on the Solana network. I think you're going to see Chainlink make this massive move to the upside in this bull run. But I think Pyth, either the back half of this bull run or going into the next bull run, will make a monster move over there on the Solana network. Crow $2. It's gonna all depend on how Crow's success is going to depend on how Trump media and how World Liberty Fi utilize the Kronos ecosystem. So I mean, if they really launch what they say that they're going to launch, and with the ETFs and Kronos holding that liquidity over there and everything being ran through Kronos, you could see Kronos make a run that's going to surprise me and everybody else. But if they're playing around and they slow roll it, Kronos $1.50 somewhere up in there. So we'll see. It all depends. Right? It depends. And Crow's getting ready to launch some tokenized assets and stocks over there. They're trying to compete with Robinhood, right? Is what they're trying to do. Uh, so if they can pull that off, they're gonna be it's gonna get crazy over there, bro. Uh, don't write Crow off. Just like I'm telling you, don't write Hex off, right? Don't write Hex off this bull. I mean, Pulse from Pulse X. Hex is gonna struggle a little bit, but Pulse from Pulse X, don't write them guys off this bull run. Uh, don't because they're not done. I don't believe they're done. So you're missing your KY. Yeah, you better go KYC, get your pie up out of there. Next bull, you got some time. You got time. Uh, uh, we all need our mortgage gone. We need to live mortgage free. Uh, I mean that's the deal right there, right? Yeah, I need a truck. I love you guys, man. I love you guys, man. You guys are always funny, man. Where's my boy Ken at, man? Because we're about to talk about Pepe here in a minute, and I need my man Ken up in this joint to talk about Pepe because he is my Pepe guy. He's the only one well, him and Selma kind of been with me with Pepe all the way through this market, this crazy market that we've been in with Pepe. And boy, oh boy, did we ever call Pepe right during this downturn? Did we ever call Pepe right here on this channel? And we got in super duper duper early, and are definitely reaping the benefits of what is going on right now. So, um, and we've been up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. So as you look at the Pepe chart, you see, uh, uh, what do you say? What do you say, Junior? Uh, you need a transmission? Yo, you better take it to the transmission shop. Let's go XRP. I think XRP will run. I think people are overvaluing XRP right now, though. I mean, and I don't say that on this channel because I don't think that any of my people are overvaluing XRP people that are here. But I hear some crazy, crazy predictions about XRP going to like 10 grand, going to $500. All that. That's not happening, y'all. I'm telling you guys right now, like XRP will make a run, right? But it's not going to $500, let alone 10 grand, like let alone 1,000. It's just not going there, and they, unless Ripple comes out and burns a crap ton of supply, right? It's not going to make it there. It's just not going to happen. Uh, I mean, you're looking at it at $3. Let's call it even $3 right now. A 10x from here is only $30, right? It's only a 10x from right where it is right now. It's $30, right? So a market cap that size, that's like saying Ethereum's going to 10x from where it is right now. What's the chances of Ethereum 10x right now from where it is right now? Going to, I mean, going to 40K. Slim to none, right? Slim to none. And we're talking this bull run, right? We're not talking next bull run or 2, 3 bull runs from now. It's just, and I like XRP. I own XRP, right? But my expectations are realistic into what it can do and what it can do. There's my man Big Watch. Where you been, man? Uh, hold on, TG. Oh yeah. You wasn't in the chat right off the bat, so you been Big Watch been with Pepe, been when Pepe with us since the beginning too, man. So yeah, we're right here, man. You look at Pepe sitting at 401054. This thing, I'm telling you right now, there's going to be a couple winners here, right? when it comes to this meme coin space, right? There's gonna be a couple winners here, and I believe on this channel we pick the winner, right? I do. I just firmly believe that we pick the winners. I'm talking about your big market cap meme coins, right? I'm not talking about these low market cap meme coins, right? Which I have nothing against, but um, I think that there's only going to be a couple winners. Mark High fam, the UK, yeah, the UK. I love my UK audience, Mark. We got Fairground in here. We got Ken in here from the UK. Love the UK audience that we have, and we got some good UK people. So, but yo, Pepe sitting here. We looked at Pepe. And I told everybody on this channel right here during the last little bit pullback. I said, yo, Pepe regained his zero, went to 50s 95, 50s 997 up in there, and I was like, yo, you guys better look at this dip and take a hard look at this dip and see if you guys want to add. And boom, here we are, right? Market takes off. You get to 1054, and boom, now you're in the money, right? Now you're in the money, right? But I Mark, you from the UK too? My UK fan? Yeah, Fairground, Ken, all over in there chilling, man. Love you guys. But I said, I said to you guys, like, the dip's not gonna last, right? It's just not gonna last here at 5 zeros, because you have the Pepe is the flagship meme token on Ethereum. Call it what you want. Shib was over there, blase blah. Shib's gonna do well this bull run. Might put an 8x on the board or a 10x on the board, right? But Pepe's in its first bull run right now, and it will end up being. And I told you guys that Pepe will flip Shib. This run, it will happen. Pepe will flip Shib, and when it does, it's going to become the top meme coin on the Ethereum blockchain, which it rightfully deserves that title. And Waddy, what's going on, brother? What's going on? That's my man, Waddy. Yo, everybody, big shout out to Waddy. And let me tell you guys something about Waddy. If you guys aren't over there following Waddy on TikTok, you guys are absolutely missing out, man. Waddy is absolutely tearing it up over there on TikTok. And you guys better get over there, and you guys better follow Waddy on TikTok. And you guys, because my man is doing his thing over there. But yeah, Pepe, biggest meme coin on Ethereum, and will be the biggest meme coin on Ethereum. Hands down, bar none. Will flip Shib. It's already on its way there. So better make it happen, man. So to everybody who's been with us, Big Watch, Selmo, Ken, in Pepe since we got in it way back when. Congrats, man, because you should be looking pretty good right now. I appreciate you. Bro. Nah, man, Waddy, I appreciate you, man. You're absolutely doing your thing over there. You're absolutely tearing it up. I was just telling somebody the other day, I was like, yo, I'm so proud of Waddy over there on TikTok. Absolutely making monster moves over there and really doing this thing, man. I love what you're doing over there on that platform. Love it. So yeah, I'm telling you, man. Waddy's over there on TikTok, man. I mean, not really doing YouTube that much anymore. That I can see, and I don't think he needs to. Don't think he needs to. So, let's see here. Let's see what you got, Ken. X, Telegram, YouTube is more than enough. It's more than enough. Yo, I'm telling you, Ken. You take one of them platforms out of there and go on TikTok. There's so much crypto content over there. So much. It's crazy. It's absolutely amazing the amount of crypto content that's over there on TikTok. Absolutely amazing. Uh, yeah, absolutely. And it's a different vibe. It's a completely different vibe. Can uh, drop one of them and go over there. But yeah, Pepe's here, man. It's getting oversold right now. I mean, overbought right now. So it'll drop back a little bit, and we'll see what's going on. I like Pudgy Penguin too, guys. Don't sleep on Pudgy Penguin over here. This meme right here is one that I've kind of really been paying a lot of attention to, and really kind of throwing a little bit of cash at here and there. Uh, since on every downturn, really, as the market starts to pull back a little bit, I start to get into Pudgy Penguin. I like Pudgy Penguin a lot, man, and I think it's got a lot of room to run. And you guys know SPX 6900, I think, is going to make a monster move this bull run, just an absolute monster move, right? But when you look at it, SPX 6900, they're listed on Coinbase now. So this no longer is a game. This isn't a game anymore for SPX 6900. Look at that chart, and it's been steady Eddie. You know what I mean? It's had this big downfall right here. We're looking at 4 hour chart, big pullback right here. This was your entry, right? If you were going to get this on spot and not leverage, this pullback right here was your entry right here. Now you're better off buying it on leverage if you get it. And I'm telling you guys right now, SPX 6900 with a listing on Coinbase, absolutely to the freaking moon. I'm telling you. And the other one, I'm telling you guys keep an eye on, and we've been telling you guys to keep an eye on this since like 30 cents, is Aerodrome Finance. Aerodrome Finance holds about 75 to 80% of all of Base's liquidity, right? So when you look at the whole base chain as a whole, you come over here and you look at a project and you say, these guys hold 75 to 80% of all the liquidity going through that blockchain, right? You look at that and you go, okay, so where's that headed, right? Where's that going? You always got to make an evaluation. Where's Airdrome going? Well, Airdrome is going to go as far as Base goes, right? So if you believe that Base is going to be one of these blockchains, it doesn't even need to be the best blockchain. That's what everybody is trying to understand. They're trying to get to the best, right? Oh, the best, the best. We got to be the best. We got to be the biggest. No, you don't. When you hold 75 to 80% of all of the liquidity, if you're in the top five, if you're just in the top five, you're gonna see a crap ton of volume, and you're gonna see this thing absolutely go crazy. It's only sitting at $1.24 right now. I want you to think about that, right? So, when you look at Airdrome, like right here's your opportunity. It gave you an opportunity right here at at 112 just a couple days ago. At 112, you had a tremendous opportunity, right? But if you think the base chain is going to grow, then you got to know that Airdrome's going to grow with it. Airdrome's going to grow with it. It has to, because it holds the liquidity. So, base the volume on base, if you believe it's going up, then you got to believe that Airdrome's going to go up with it. And that's why I'm so high. I'm absolutely high on Airdrome. I think the Airdrome Finance is going to be an absolute monster. When I say monster, I mean monster, double, triple, 5 times a monster this bull run. I'm telling you. Yeah, when you look at this Waddy, we're at 66 out of 100 on the coin market. Look at that. 65 out of 100. My bad. 65 out of 100. We're in altcoin season, baby. We're in altcoin season, but look at $4 trillion market cap. 4.5 is where I think we got to really, really be, right? But we got to hold 4 trillion first. But here's what I'm most excited about. We're in altcoin season, but I'm most excited about this market cap right now. We finally busted above 4 trillion. Again. But now we got to hold it, right? This can't be a flash in the pan, 4 trillion, boom, now we're going to sink the market, right? got to be big. And I think the Bitcoin dominance got to get down to 55%. There's a lot of room to run here, guys. You know, there's a lot of room, a lot of room for these altcoins to run, and that's the key. That's the key. Is you're not late because there's a lot of room. There's a ton, we're not even talking that these things get to all time highs yet. All right, we're not even at all time highs. Uh, my audio's messed up again. Oh yeah, I'm getting some low qual. Hold on, 1 second. Let me see. Let me see if this thing fixes itself here. Hold on. Let me see. Let me see if we can get some better audio here. Hold on. StreamYard's messing with me. All right, let's see here. Hopefully it's getting better, guys. Sorry about that. You know where that grumpy old folks. You guys are funny. So let's, yeah, StreamYard's really messing with me right now. I'm looking at at the quality right now, and it's really messing with me. It keeps going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So let's see, let's see if we can get something a little bit better here. I'm messing with my settings to see if I can get you guys some better sound. So hold on. All right. Is that any better, y'all? Is that any better? Timsky, good morning, good morning, good morning. We're having a sound check over here. We're having a sound check. Close to that, so you would waste no time. Can you guys hear me though? If you guys can hear me, I'm not worried about whether I sound like a grumpy old man or not. All right. Well, we'll finish it up there, but Gemini goes live today, guys. The Gemini goes live today. We'll see what Gemini does out here on the actual uh you're good. Thank you, brother. Thank you. Yeah, but we'll see what Gemini does here on the Open Stock Exchange today, guys. Gemini goes live. We'll see. Gemini is gonna be a really interesting stock that comes out today because you have Coinbase that's absolutely, the top tier cryptocurrency exchange out there right now, and it's sitting right around 230, 240 bucks right now, right? And then you got Robinhood making all of these improvements, right? And really starting to move its way up the stock exchange when it comes to cryptocurrency, sitting at about 117, made a massive move up, right? Made made a massive move up to the top, right? Now you come in with Gemini, who is one of these mid-tier exchanges, right? And the Winklevoss twins and Gemini is a mid-tier exchange. We'll see how they do. So I'm gonna price them in. Right around the middle of Coinbase and right around the middle of Coinbase and Robinhood. So we're going to say that my estimation is that when when Gemini really settles down after its explosive trading, you're probably going to see uh, something around a $50 to $60 Gemini. Uh, uh, yeah, okay, Disney. But yo, I think that's what you're going to see. It is that right up in there. Uh, You sound better. Thanks, Waddy. Yeah, I messed with a little bit of my sound here, and it's all over. StreamYard's all over the place, man. It's sometimes it's great, sometimes it's not. You know what I mean? So we'll see. But yeah, so when Gemini goes live today, it's going to get interesting. But what are we watching out for today, right? That's really what everybody wants to kind of figure out. One more thing I got to tell you guys is BlackRock itself is starting to move their ETFs onto the blockchain, right? So they're going to move all of their ETFs over to the blockchain. So they're still going to trade on the stock market, but they're going to tokenize their ETFs over there. Watch out for this, because this could send Ondo to that next level. And you guys know we're a big Ondo lover, right? We love Ondo here when it comes to real world tokenized assets. I do believe that Ondo is absolutely going to be the winner when it comes to these real world tokenized asset platforms. Uh, I don't think that it's going to even be close, to tell you the truth. Yeah, you have a lot of platforms out there, and a lot of platforms are going to make some gains off of real world tokenized assets, but I don't think that anybody's going to be as significant in this field when it comes to real world tokenized assets as Ondo. Just because they have people like BlackRock, who is now getting ready to move all of their ETFs. And remember, BlackRock owns ETFs in everything, not just crypto. They own them in real estate. They own them in every single possible sector of the market that you can own an ETF in. And they're going to move them all to tokenized, real world tokenized assets, probably more than likely through the Ondo chain, right? Or the Ondo platform, right? They haven't launched their blockchain yet. That's yet to come, but through their platform. So I think that when this happens, you're going to see Ondo absolutely explode, absolutely take off, and absolutely make a move that is, Ondo is sitting at $1 right now, like $1.07. And this thing right now is being suppressed. I believe that Ondo is being suppressed by the lizard people, right? They're just trying to suck up all of the Ondo tokens as much as they possibly can, before they really take the foot off the neck of Ondo, and really start to let this thing go, much like they did Chainlink, much like they did with XRP, much like they're doing with XLM, much like they're doing with HBAR. They choked them projects out until they got their supply, right? And once they got their supply, now they're finally starting to take their hands from around the neck and let these things run a little bit, right? And they're doing the same thing with Ondo. And when they do, Ondo is going to absolutely explode. You're going to have HBAR exploding as well. But Ondo, I'm telling you, when BlackRock does this, it's going to be game, set, match for this platform. When BlackRock does this and releases these ETFs over there. So watch out, y'all. Watch out. And watch the news and look at what BlackRock's doing. The other thing to watch out for today is Solana is making this push, and Solana's flipped BNB, and we started to talk about this earlier. Solana has flipped BNB. Solana's making this push. People were sleeping on Solana. We weren't sleeping on Solana here. We said, Solana is probably going to make a massive push, right? Because of its meme coin value. Now you start to see it get just a little bit more of these utility projects starting to launch on Solana, right? You're starting to see Solana start to creep up with these utility projects. And the more and more that Solana starts to creep up with these utility projects, on top of the meme coin volume that it has, I'm telling you guys right now, Solana's primed. Solana's primed to take off. Do not sleep on Solana. I'm telling you. Solana's just getting started. This whole market is just getting started. But Hydro Liquid, sitting at $55. I keep trying to tell you guys, we were talking about this between $13 and $17. And I said to you guys, Hydro Liquid is a platform that everybody's been asking for in DeFi. And this thing is ready to rock and roll if it can gain some steam. And that was at $17, right? And everybody was saying, we want a decentralized platform that operates like a central exchange, that allows us to trade longs and shorts on it. It allows us to keep spot and has a launch pad all in one platform on its own blockchain. On its own blockchain. Hydro Liquid is not dependent on Ethereum, BNB, Solana, or anybody else. It has its own layer one blockchain, right? Which is why this token is where it is right now. And it gave us the platform that everybody was asking for in DeFi for the whole bear market. The only problem is you can't use it everywhere in the United States. But that will change. That will change. And when that changes, you're going to see Hydro Liquid even go further. It's even going to run up even farther than where it is right now. And it looks like they're taking a vote with their validators. We went over this on Wednesday to possibly create their own stable coin. If they create their own stable coin, you're going to see Hydro Liquid even run even further, because just think about all the volume that's coming through that layer one that's now going through USDT is now going to go through their stable coin, which is going to help them pump that price even further. So watch out for Hydro Liquid. This thing could absolutely make a move out of nowhere and shock everybody. As if it hasn't already, from where it launched to where we were talking about it at $17 to where it launched to where it is now, as if it hasn't already made a significant gain, right? I mean, it definitely could go further. In my opinion, it definitely could go further. So I'm gonna get out of here on this Friday, guys. But there's a couple things to watch out for, a couple things to keep in mind, a couple things to have a look at. And I think that we're in for a nice green weekend. I think we're going to be just fine this weekend. I think we're in for a nice green weekend. So we'll see. We'll see what happens on Friday. But we get that Friday pullback, right? That Friday afternoon pullback. But let's see if we can hold this $4 trillion market cap. I'd like to see this thing, by the afternoon, get up to about 4.05, 4.1 trillion, so that we're able to hold this thing all the way through the weekend. And give a shout out to you guys, to Wadi, 4 o'clock on TikTok, always going live over there at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on TikTok, doing this thing. Go check him out, man. Go support my boy over there on TikTok at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Go support Wadi. And I would be absolutely remiss if I didn't sit here and tell you guys my thoughts on what happened to boy Charles the other day, and whether, and we'll end the show here, right? But whether or not you agree or disagree with Charles Atkins' views on anything, and I kind of say this for last on purpose, right? Whether you agree or disagree with his views or how he did, or what he thought, let me just say, to have somebody have a thought and believe in what they believe in and come out and debate people in a reasonable way, and that's all he did, is he debated people, right? He didn't start any fights. He didn't do any of that, right? So you either agree with him or you didn't agree with him. He gave you the opportunity for a debate. For some people to be able not to handle that and to be able to and to want to take somebody's life uh, because he debated people. It didn't matter what his views were. He debated people, you know, uh, and he for somebody to be able, so for somebody to take his life because of that, right, shows how weak-minded people are, right? And we're gonna call it, this is a channel here where we call it like we see it, right? It shows you how weak-minded people are and how sensitive people are. Um, and it shows you kind of where we are as a country in the United States. It's absolutely disgusting. And if you believe that I see people out here on these platforms that were say and do things that they would never say and do in person, right? And you see people out here, um, saying that he got what he deserved, or you know, that he was, happy, that they're happy about what happened, so on and so forth. Let's break it. I want to break this down with you for a second. So the man, I don't, and let me be clear, I don't always agree with everything that the man said, right? I don't always agree with everything that he said. I didn't always agree with his point of views, but I did respect the man for putting up an honest debate on college campuses, right? But if you believe that a man needs to die, a man or a woman dies because they have a point of view and they express it, and you're happy about that, then you should be celebrating the death of Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, all of them guys, because that's what they did. They had a view, they came out, they expressed their views, they debated people on their views. This man didn't do anything different than that. And when you get to some of these other leaders, even Robert F. Kennedy Jr., who was assassinated, right? He had a view. He ran for president on his beliefs, uh, and, uh, and he ran for president on his beliefs. He was elected, and he was assassinated, right? Because somebody didn't agree with what he said, somebody didn't agree with what he was doing, and they assassinated him, right? And then you should be cheering all that too, right? So you can't have it both ways, right? And people have the ability to say what they believe and believe in what they say, and be able to express it in a reasonable manner without violence and without opposing violence on people, but having an honest discussion and an honest debate about what they believe. And at the end of the day, you either agree with them or you don't agree with them, and you shake hands and you move on, right? But for some reason, we have decided that violence, gun violence, and de-lifing people for what they believe is an acceptable form of expression here in the United States. And I would say to anybody who believes that that's an acceptable form of behavior here in the United States, to take a look in the mirror and evaluate who they are as a person, because I'm going to tell you that you're probably a shitty person. And you probably need to reevaluate who you are as a person, as a man, as a woman, because you're probably, like I said, you're probably just a shitty person. And that's just the truth. But I don't want to see people out here mourning the death of MLK, Malcolm X, uh, Robert F. Kennedy Jr., and all that, and then being a hypocrite, and because that's what it is, it's hypocritical, right? But cheering somebody who you may have differences in, that you may have differences with, who is de-life, right? Because that's just being a hypocrite. And You either agree with free speech or you don't agree with free speech. If you don't agree with free speech, then cheer everybody who is de-lifed because of free speech. If you do agree with free speech, then mourn everybody who was assassinated because they were out here performing free speech. You know, so you can't have it both ways. You can't have your cake and eat it too. And like I said, I didn't agree with everything. I didn't agree with everything that the man says, right? And I there was things I agreed with, there was things I didn't agree with, but I did respect the fact that he was open for debate. He let people say what they wanted to say. He said what he wanted to say, and at the end of it all, you either walked away agreeing or disagreeing, but you didn't walk away dead, right? And that's kind of what it was. And it's unfortunate what happened. And I think that this is a turning point here in the United States. I think it's a turning point for the United States. And I think that people need to check what they say at the door, right? And people need to check how they treat people, and people need to check what's important to them as a country, because we're at this point in the United States where we're either going to be better as a country or we're going to continue to uh, go down the shitter, right? And there's people out there that are fighting right now for us to be able to sit on these platforms and be able to express our opinions and express our thoughts, whether you agree with them or not, or don't agree with them. There's people out there that have died, or there's people out there that continue to fight for us to have this right. But what they're not fighting for is for people to be de-lifed based on the opinion that they have. And if that's the case, then we might as well go back to where we were, pre-slavery and all of that, because then were the rules of the game that back then, and the rules of the game have changed since then. And but it seems like some people are comfortable and they want to go back there. They want to go back to segregation. They want to go back to not having the right to be able to express yourself. They want to go back to losing your rights and your freedoms and all of that stuff that everybody has fought so hard for and fought so hard to keep. So that's my rant for this Friday as we get out of here. Look at it a little different. Like Big Watch says, it's a different way to look at it, get a different perspective. Kind of when you take a step back and you start to really evaluate what the situation is, you may get a different perspective. And if you're one of them people who were online cheering the death of a man who was de-lifed in front of his wife and his kids and thousands of people, and then I would suggest you go take a look in the mirror and ask yourself what type of person you are, right? And what type of person you want to be. Because if that's the person you are and that's the type of person you want to be, then be that person. But don't get mad when you voice an opinion and somebody doesn't agree with you and they de-like you, if that's an acceptable practice here in the United States. So think about it like that. Uh, everybody has an opinion, and just imagine if you get taken out for your opinion and you were just dancing and cheering somebody else who got taken out for their opinion. Should people dance and cheer because you got taken out for your opinion as well? So just think about it like that. So with that, you guys have a great weekend. We're up out of here. Watch your pocket, watch your money, and everybody stay up. And I'll put some videos out this weekend. And we're going to watch this market blow, man. We're going to blow the top off of this thing. All right, we up out. Bye.